you might have heard me talk about this before, but I've got to bring it up because it hasn't changed. The way you give directions here in the Maritimes is... it has not improved, right? A lot of people have moved here. I mean, Nova Scotia did a wonderful thing. You hit the 1 million mark, right? You got the million mark. People came here. There's lots of newcomers. I've met lots of these newcomers, and they're still suffering. I have become like an advisory board for newcomers to help people find things when they are directed to where seers used to be. This is... I am the go-to person. You literally need a degree in failed Canadian businesses just to find your way around, don't you? And we needed to buy props on the way here. We were trying to find them all. We needed to buy props on the way here. And we went in to go into the Great Canadian Dollar Store. I asked someone for directions, literally just out here. They said, oh yeah, it's where Doolies used to be. You got to use landmarks. You can't use directions of shit that used to be there. 25 bloody years ago. It's worse in rural areas. I was trying to find that Sussex drive-in, right? The Sussex drive-in. I got lost. My phone wasn't working out in the woods. And I saw a guy and I'm like, this guy's got to help me get there. I've got to get to the gig. I said, do you know where the Sussex drive-in is? He goes, yeah, no problem. He goes, go to the end of this road, turn left at the tree where Donnie crashed his bike in '78. Never ending. I get stopped in the street often in my town on the Rossay Road, right? People stop me and they go, oh, it's you. You live in the Seeley's house, don't you? No. Live in the Mullinger's house. Lived there 10 years. Didn't buy it from the Seeleys. They moved out 44 years ago. But to everyone in Rossay, it is still the Seeley's house. This all came to a head. My moment of just explosion was, I found myself lost in St. John. I was in a mall called Lancaster Mall, right? If anyone knows it, just picture the mall in Dawn of the Dead, the film. But imagine it with a lot more zombies in it, and that's... So I'm there, and I'm trying to find this flooring shop. So I said to a lady, I said, excuse me, madam, do you happen to know where this flooring company is? She goes, yeah, no problem. I thought, perfect, I'm in safe hands here. And she went, word for word, do you know where Zeller's used to be? Do I look or sound? Look at this shit, right? Do I look or sound like I know where Zeller's used to be? I don't even know what a fucking Zeller's is. I mean, I now know from my research, obviously, that the building in question, the building to which she was referring, it was actually behind where I was standing. Like it was in her field of vision, and it would make sense to say where Zeller's used to be if it was like a disused building with an old Zeller's sign swinging off it, right? No. It's now a fairly, I believe, well-known established chain called Walmart. She could see the Walmart sign in the periphery of her vision, but she still calls it where Zeller's used to be. So I'm so thrown by this that I'm like, I've got to get this off my chest. So I thought that night I'm going down to Uptown St. John. I'm going to go to a comedy club there, Yuck Yucks. Well, where Yuck Yucks? Thank you very much. See? Some people think only musicians can do sing-alongs. Bollocks to that. We can do comedy karaoke any day of the week. I'll set them up, you bring them home. Where's Zeller's? Beautiful, thank you. So I'm down there, I get down there and I'm waiting my turn. It's an open mic and I get called up and I start ranting and I get to the point in the story where the Zeller's used to be. And the woman at the back of the room, this woman stands up very angry and she goes, she's obviously not a true Maritimer. Then I said, why is that? She said, because if she was, she would have said it's where Kmart used to be. Beautiful.